Okay.
All right. There you go.
Yeah, I have recently lost contact with a pretty big friend, and that led to a lot of changes in my current friend group. So I kind of want a reading on maybe how that will go, how to move forward, that sort of thing. I'm actually going to do a
Okay.
reading on that. So I also have a final tomorrow, so
Oh,
hopefully I'll get
okay.
some good fun.
All right. You lost contact to a friend. Okay, yeah. That's always a big thing, I guess. You get those. Okay.
Maybe it's a bit of a heavy topic to start off with, but
No,
we'll see.
it's fine. It's all right. Okay, so you lost contact to a friend. So let's get your energy in this first. How do you feel about this currently? We can.
How I feel?
I'm gonna ask the cards first. I'm gonna get your energy first. So we tap into your energy first. And then afterwards, I'm gonna get into how we can tackle it or how maybe you can approach the situation to deal with it. At least that's what I'm thinking of that you want, right? You wanna know how to move forward with this. So, yeah. Right, so let's get into your energy first. What is Sophie's energy on this? What is Sophie's energy to this friend? I feel like this friend, maybe I don't know why I heard that, but maybe they're annoying at times. Maybe they can come across as quite a lot for people. And you feel like not talking to them right now feels like a little bit of a rest. Like it feels like you're resting finally. You're calming yourself down a little bit.
You could almost say like it's almost like a breakup.
Yeah.
Way back when I did a reading on it myself, I got 3 of Swords and everything. So
it's interesting.
And then Death, so Tower, you know, all the crazy ones.
I gotta say though, giving yourself a reading as somebody who has experience with this as well, especially when you're sitting in anxiety and in overwhelm, those emotions will trickle into that reading. Those emotions will.
Which is why it's so inaccurate.
Yeah, because when you're in anxiety, all the energy that you're giving out is anxiety. You know, and when I'm tapping into your energy, I have a clear view on your energy. I have a clear, like, the feelings, I get the feelings, like, I feel your feelings, but I feel your energy, like, more objectively, as if I would be, like, that's why I personally also, I can't give myself readings. I gave myself readings for a very, very long time, and it just did not, it never ended good. Every time I thought, okay, maybe I'm accurate, or maybe, you know what, this is reality. No, I was just enforcing my own, like, beliefs or standards or stuff that was already happening that I felt like was going on. Like, it was just the same thing, like, mirrored back to me of what I thought was going on with a specific situation. Like, sometimes when you're not emotionally charged, I feel like, yes, there are some so it's not like it's all inaccurate. I'm not saying it's all inaccurate, right? But I would be careful in emotionally charged situations, because usually when you're in fear, you're always gonna get back fear. So, okay. But yeah, I feel like this friend of yours, you're in like a little bit of a rest period. You said it was almost like a breakup. It was very intense. But it's interesting because the second card that we got was the wheel, like immediately. So this has clearly been supposed to happen with whoever this is. This is clearly a thing, or like an event in your life that is needing to happen for some reason. We got the Two of Pentacles. Maybe it's to balance something out here, or maybe you could be balancing out. Like, you could be balancing out internally. I want to get some more for this. What is your energy? Some more cards for this. Okay, that's a lot of cards. Anyways, I think I'm gonna take this because... Okay. This is how they fill out. Okay. Yeah, this is gonna come back around. This is not... It feels like unfinished business. but you're also too overwhelmed to deal with this person right now. Like, this could be a person that might struggle with seeing different perspectives than their own. They could be struggling with, like, a little bit of an ego, but maybe they don't have bad intentions. They just are not that emotionally developed yet. So it's interesting. Their energy is trickling in now, even though this was your energy. So, but this is you could be kind of mirroring this person at some point as well, because you are overwhelmed with this. Like, maybe you also have other things going on in your life. Like, you seem like a very busy person, so maybe you have things going on in your life as well, and this person is just not your priority right now. But at the same time, they are affecting you, and you kind of wish that it wouldn't be affecting you this much. So all right, we have kind of clear view of what's going on with you. Let's see what's going on with this person. What is this person's energy? And then I'm gonna go into tackling this. What is this person's energy towards you? Oh. It's kind of sad. Okay, no, you know what? It's okay. I think maybe. It's 3, 4. Okay, sure. You know what? Yeah, fine. Okay.
Oh my.
That's what I. Okay, so this person, that's what I said earlier too. This person has a problem with being in the right. Like, they need to be in the right to, like, fulfill their own identity. Like, they need to be right in every situation, and if they're not, they feel like it's an attack on their identity. Which is why it's so hard for them to emotionally come towards other people, to come forward emotionally. But they do want reconciliation. They do very much appreciate this friendship, and they seem like they appreciate you. Which we have the High Priestess and the Hangman here, and the 10 of Cups. So I feel like their energy is very positive towards you. They just have an ego problem, or they just have a problem where they're, like, trying to figure something out. But maybe it has to do with that wheel that we got earlier. Maybe it's the cycle that has not been completed yet, or they're just trying to be completed. Like, they do want reconciliation. They do want to come towards you. They just feel like they can't right now because they're still overwhelmed. But at the same time, this ego thing, like, they're not good at forgiving people, is what I'm gonna say. But it's sad because they know exactly what is going on too. They know exactly what's happening. They're very self-aware. They feel kind of self-aware, but they're still, like, when it comes to this, they can still lack that self-awareness, and that's why they're also kind of in the mind about this. It's very much mental energy. It's very confusing. But
yeah, it's pretty much completely accurate.
Yeah. it's
I actually just managed to unblock them today, so
yeah.
Interesting.
It's they have the Hangman, so maybe hopefully this Hangman will get them to reconcile with this, or to get them out of this mess that they have in their head. You can see we get next few weeks. We get their intention. We get their intentions, or we could get. Now I get Oracle. Oracle. What is this person? What should this person be doing? Or what do they want to do? What are their intentions towards you? What are their
Honestly, I have
intentions?
no clue at
Oh,
all.
sorry. I always talk to myself. I'm asking the cards.
Oh, so
I'm
sorry.
so no. You're good.
So sorry.
I know it's quite confusing. What are they?
I'd say I don't know.
Look, prying eyes. Somebody has their eyes on you. So they could be a little spy. They're definitely look at the card. They're peeking behind the tree. So they're definitely invested in your energy. It's not like it's kind of, I don't see this as malicious foe. I see them in this as like, oh, they're looking back and they want this, but they can't admit it to themselves because they're not this emotionally mature yet, you know? Like they're struggling in their mind, so that's why they're not moving forward. Their intention. So there's no, I want to see if there's a card about coming forward, because that would be good. But right now they're just spying, or they're just still in the chat looking over stuff, maybe. Hopefully they're looking over stuff. This could also mean that they're looking like over social media and stuff, but I don't necessarily feel that with this. I don't necessarily feel that with this person. I feel like they're more looking to like check in on you. Okay, one more spirit, please. Retreat, yeah. Okay, so this is the equivalent in this deck to the four of swords. So like the rest card, the renewal card. So yeah, you got that, and then they got this. So this is really very much they need to calm down first. I don't think I would be like expecting a message from them very soon. Hi, Peppermint. I don't think I would be expecting a message from them very soon, because they're very overwhelmed. I feel like they have to deal with themselves right now. Like their energy, I want to cry. Like I feel like they might be crying and just like overwhelmed and being in bed and not getting out of bed.
Okay.
Yeah, that's their energy. We got Ascension on the bottom. I want to see. I want to get one more. I have hope for this person. I'm not. It's just kind of sad. It's not like they have malicious thoughts or intentions. It's just that they're struggling. Yeah, reset. I almost said it earlier. Reset. Moths could be significant, maybe for them, but also for you. One water. Reset. I don't know. Let me see what this. I don't remember what this means. Okay. Yeah, it's they need a period of stillness, complete stillness. It's just they just got both retreats cards and like rest cards, so I feel like they need probably a couple of weeks. I heard 2 weeks, so maybe 2 weeks. Yeah. There's a you could feel very connected to the moon as well. But let's see how we can in a sacred test.
Oh,
I know there's
that you say the moon, because I just drew the moon.
like right now?
Yeah, just now. Like as you were talking.
That's crazy. Also, like here, the camera doesn't show it, but here, like my high priestess is looking like underneath the deck. It's peeking out, and there's also a little moon here, like on the bottom of the card. There's also a moon here, and I also saw that. So that's funny. That is very funny. But I swear, okay, there's something about this that I haven't quite tapped into yet. I find interesting about this reading is we got the wheel like almost instantly. So there's also somewhere in this, there's a lesson for you to learn as well. So we got the initiation, a secret test on the bottom. So how should you tackle this? And then what is your test in this? Let's see. I want to get this or no, that's them. Let's get this again. So how can you tackle this in a healthy way? How can you tackle this situation? What should you focus on? I got the same card again.
Hey.
So balancing. Keeping your life balanced, focusing on like... This could mean focusing your intentions more outward. Maybe you're also a little bit in your head about this. Maybe try to actually go outside. Maybe go outside, touch some glass. I don't mean like that. I mean it more like try focusing on the things that you can actually do. Try focusing on the things that are like in your reach, that you can influence, rather on the things that you can't. I don't know why I just said that, but that's probably relevant. Because focusing on this situation when this person as well is still in this stillness area where they need to retreat. Like maybe there's like some tasks that you've been kind of avoiding, like just some like maybe cleaning, housework, going outside. Maybe you've been wanting to take a walk or something, going to the forest. So you could do stuff like that to kind of clear your mind and to kind of just get your life kind of back into balance and get this feeling, like this balance feeling back. Because right now, yeah, Knight of Pentacles on the bottom. Information. Okay, how could you tackle this? Family? Why did I hear that? I just pulled out the High Priestess again. In another deck. It's just
Yep.
like she turned around the deck and I pulled her out. And the star on the bottom. You could really identify with the moon, or you could, I mean, you read tarot yourself, so I'm guessing you're also probably very intuitive. So I feel like you already know what your way is in this. You just need confirmation, so whatever you're already thinking of doing, yes, that's the right thing to do. But I heard family. Oh, Ten of Swords. As I said, family. So, why? Oh, your energy just got a bit more chaotic when I drew that card. The Tower. Excuse me, Ten of Swords and the Tower with family. Okay.
I knew it. I knew it.
Okay. Oh, maybe this is the wheel. Is this the wheel? Okay, let's see. Is this the wheel? Is this the wheel? Maybe I'll get the wheel. Maybe. Just maybe my cards are this cool. Who knows? The devil! Girl! Okay, it's interesting. So, I think when you were reading your own cards, this is the energy that you were getting. But this is more of an overall energy, but you thought because... I am curious, did you ask a question when you, like, read your own cards? Like, genuine
No.
and...
That's no, I just, usually when I read my own cards, I ask a question or have an intention in my head, and then I go for it, but I don't outwardly ask directly or ask a question.
I have noticed that when you don't, even when you inwardly ask, it's just an observation that I have made. Maybe it's not like this for everybody, but it's an observation I've made over years. That when I ask in my head, it's not as clear as when I say it out loud. You know, like
Okay.
It's maybe, but still, even though, like when you don't say anything, I feel like, or maybe it's because you're affirming it to yourself. Maybe it's stronger. The intention is stronger because you're affirming it to yourself. I don't know, but it's interesting that you got all these cards like combined, right? And now I'm getting on a specific topic. And I heard family. So we got Ten of Swords, the devil. It's like, in my opinion, these free. Okay, I was about to say, but I heard family, but I was gonna question myself, and then the Ten of Cups popped out. So family. It's for me at least. Oh my. Okay. Okay, so can I have context on what this is about, Spirit? What is this family situation about? Does Sophie even know what this is about? Okay, we got that earlier too. We saw the Knight of Wands. Knight of Pentacles again. Just, dude, this energy. Oh, okay, okay. You know what? I'm not yet. Not yet.
Okay. Okay.
Not yet. I'm gonna get Oracle for this too. Don't mind me. I know this is a lot of cards, but okay. And I wanna look at this one thing up because I forgot. Okay. 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 No, this is okay. At least there's hope. Yes. There is hope. There's always hope, but you know. What's this about? Oh. Oh. Okay. Okay. Oh, this is gonna be okay. Deep talk. Deep talk. So you got the Ten of Swords, the Tower, the Devil. There is something with worthiness in your family. Feeling unworthy, feeling worthless or worse than you are. Okay, let's get this one at a time. This devil here. So there's some kind of fear. Maybe there's a fear about belonging or like fitting into your family. You could have, I don't know why that came to mind, but you could have siblings. I heard specifically sisters, but you could have just siblings where you feel
I'm an only child, so that's
okay.
interesting.
So what is this about? Then I'm okay, so if it's about belonging, then it could be about soul family if it's not about actual family. Fake compassion, understanding. I'm kind of confused about this whole thing because I'm trying to I'm trying to tap in to this, but it's all over the place. Like my first instinct when I pulled these 3 cards was it hasn't happened yet. But is this real? Let me just, okay. You know what? Let me read this card. And let me just, maybe this means more to you than it means to me. Worthiness. Remember that you were created perfectly by the loving forces of the universe. Believing that you deserve to be loved is a very powerful state of mind and way of being. You've drawn this card today because your angels and guides would like to encourage you to understand one very important fact. You're the only one who can truly decide that you are deserving. No one else that has this right, yet we give this power to other people and even to trends and fashion. Time and time again. No matter who you are or what you have done during your life, it is unlikely that every person you meet will like you and want the best for you. It is possible to spend your entire life analyzing why certain people form this opinion they do. It's also possible to spend your entire life trying to please them and make them like you. As though this will make you a better person. Consider now the choice you have before you and choose to accept that you deserve love, happiness, support, companionship, friendship, and all good things now. Not because somebody else has said so, but because you're responsible for the quality of your own life. Huh. I like this. Alright. Okay, so we got a little bit of clarity there. Support, companionship, friendship. Okay, so you see how she's sitting outside of the door, right? Like there's a door, she's sitting behind it, she's crying behind that door, but she could just walk around it. Like she's not stuck. She could walk around the door, right? Like but this is interesting because we got worthiness and we got the Three of Swords, which is usually heartbreak, but in this deck particularly, the way she's sitting behind the door, it also, to me, it kind of resembles patterns where you are keeping yourself, or you're like keeping yourself from your own happiness, even though you know, it's literally you chaining yourself. So the devil here
Mm-hmm.
also makes a lot of sense. So this is not something that would be externally happening with you. This would be some internal change that you would be like chains that you would be struggling with. This is also interesting because you got resolving conflict, and we know you had this issue with your friend, or there was this problem with your friend. So this probably also, I think this is the wheel that we saw. This also probably ties into that whole situation. Like your worthiness has probably also affected the outcome of the situation, or is going to affect the outcome of the situation. I feel like maybe in a more generalized way, if this is not about the sister thing that I said, or like the siblings, maybe like in a more generalized way, you don't fit in, or like you don't feel like you fit into society or certain aspects of society, or maybe you fit into your family at times. Like maybe you could
Mm-hmm.
feel quite different than the people around you. Um, or you don't feel worthy of them, even though like logically, you know, you're worthy. But this could be black and white thinking. This could be but you are taking control of this. We got the Eight of Swords in reverse, so you are taking control of this. You are trying to face your fears. It's not like you're hopeless.
Mm-hmm.
You know you're behind this door. You know you can walk around, but maybe you just don't quite know how to do that yet. This could also be because I lovers reverse at the bottom. You could have a past relationship where that could have affected the relationship and that ended because of that.
Mm-hmm.
And that is also related to his worthiness. Maybe this is all happening for a reason. So eventually you can have an aha moment that's kind of telling you, oh, this is why this happened. This is why. I think that's probably the case. Okay. So how can you tackle this worthiness problem? I heard black and white thinking. So okay. How can you tackle this worthiness problem? Just okay. Okay, maybe you've lost somebody in the past, or people have left you. You could have been abandoned when you were a child, or maybe by a family member. You could feel abandoned by people very easily. And you feel like, why is it even worth trying? Why do I even
Mm-hmm.
try anymore? Like, why do I even keep going? I feel like you have this very sincere and very childlike happiness within you that you can always call on when you need it. I feel like it's always there, and you can always call on this happiness when you need it. But through this loss of this person in the past, or through something that happened in the past where you felt like you needed somebody and somebody wasn't there, like you were left somewhere, um, or because you are grieving something that happened in the past, or you could be grieving an actual person, or you could feel physically distant from people as well, like, or could feel physical distance from people as well. But I feel like you have this like happiness inside you that you can call on. But when you in this grief, or when you in this emotion of not feeling good enough or not feeling worthy enough, it's kind of blocked by you thinking, oh, but if I feel happy now, that wouldn't be fair to this other person. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's like
No, you're actually completely on the right track.
it's like it's like sometimes, for example, um when people grieve, when we grieve, then we go through like a process of oh, but if I don't think about them anymore, then I'm forgetting them. Or if I'm not feeling sad anymore, then I'm not honoring their memory or something like that. And I feel there's something similar happening here, where you're like, I'm not allowing myself to be happy because then maybe I'm letting go of this person in the past, or I'm not honoring them, or I'm not honoring something else.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, why would I even keep going if this person isn't there anymore? If I'm not worth it. I don't know. It's really sad. Okay.
No, you're completely on the right track. It's like pretty much exactly, completely, 100% accurate. Which is the first time it really happens.
Yeah, exactly. Oh no. It's exactly six of cups in reverse. Oh, I always see this card as a mom card. I see this card as a mom card, but let me check what this is. Okay, so maybe in the past there was a person that was very selfish, that neglected your needs. This could have been your mom. I see this card as
not my mom, but close.
Yeah. But there was a person that neglected your needs and that was very selfish, very unkept, and jealous person. And this person, like that's the characteristics of this person, but this person would have neglected your needs for their own benefit. They would have made you do things maybe that you don't completely agree with, or you would have neglected yourself to meet this person's needs, which is never healthy. So because of this, now you're falling into this pattern of every single time when I experience happiness, when I am happy and I've created happiness for myself and I'm in my own zone, like this influence of this person comes back up and it's like blocking you. This is very, very. You could even have little moments where I just very specific, but you could have moments where you like think back to certain situations and they like pop up randomly and then you're like, oh my god, like I didn't even remember that, and now that just came up out of nowhere. This is kind of what healing feels like in a way. Like I always say, healing is not only like healing from trauma, it's also as like to appreciate happiness. And that's really the hardest part, is when you finally have that stability and when you finally have that happiness to also appreciate it and not just, you know, push it back down and not allowing yourself that happiness, because that's the first instinct that a lot of traumatized people have, is to just push it back down. They instinctively do this because that's all they've ever known, because every single time that they were happy, it would be taken away from them, or they would be abandoned, or whatever. Something bad happened. So now this happiness is not, it doesn't feel safe. So because it wasn't allowed in the past, now you are not allowing it for yourself because your nervous system is telling you this is unsafe. And it's not the job of your nervous system to actually make you happy. It's the job of your nervous system to keep you in safety. So if happiness feels unsafe, or if, you know, if that feels unsafe, your nervous system is always gonna go back to whatever the fuck happened before. And that's that. But there is strategies for this. There are strategies for this. Oh, you could also feel guilty because this friend left now, because you are... You can feel like it's your fault, even though objectively you know it's not. Okay. How can you get out of the spiral? Through seeing yourself. So, this is why I struggle with just, okay. So maybe there is certain things in your daily life who you are struggling to just do. Like earlier I said, maybe you just need to take like a walk outside, or maybe you just need to do something. Like I feel that there are certain parts in your life that you feel like you should just do, but you're holding back because, you know, there is like this little voice in your head that tells you, oh, or like this gut feeling that you have, like it's a feeling in your stomach. Like maybe there's this feeling in your stomach that tells you, oh, I'm actually not gonna do that now because I've never done it that way. I've never why is this my bracelet full of? Okay. This is not safe. Doing the happy little things, this is not safe. It feels like very, I keep trying to grasp the word, but I keep missing it. Very mundane things that bring you happiness. Mundane things that you know you could be doing that bring you happiness. Like getting a cup of tea, being nice to your own body and resting and relaxing. You know that makes you happy, you know that brings you happiness, but your body is not letting you. So through allowing yourself that, and through seeing yourself and being like, I am not a robot, I can do this, I can rest, I can lay down, and allowing that feeling. Like allowing it to be there, not judging yourself for this feeling being there, not judging yourself for needing rest. It's on the bottom again. This card is very, very important to you. I can read because the definition of the cards is slightly different. Maybe there's a poem for this card. Yeah, it's about grounding. You really need to ground yourself. Priorities. This is also about decisions. You got 2 cards about decisions. Feeling overwhelmed. Maybe it's about making a decision and just going for a decision no matter what. Maybe the decisions, I don't feel like the decisions you need to make are like life-changing decisions. They could feel very life-changing, but you can also accept that there is temporary things that need to be done, or that are still going to, you know, it's okay to do something temporarily. It's also a thing I feel called to say. It's okay to do something temporarily. And maybe just make a decision, make a small decision and go from there. And don't overwhelm yourself. And you can't keep moving forward without seeing yourself. If you go forward but you ignore all your needs and you don't see yourself, then you're eventually just gonna land, like, you're gonna go crazy. You're not gonna, it's not sustainable. You're gonna burn out eventually. Or you can't have this happiness because you're gonna self-abandon, and we don't want to self-abandon. We want to hold this happiness, and we also want to be stable, so we can make decisions that are very small, but we also want to see ourselves. Like, we don't want to push ourselves. We're going to be like to ourselves, but we want to really just, hey, we can do this. We want to be nice to ourselves. And yeah, maybe we have to reel again those cards. And I feel like that is really where your happiness is going to come from. I want one more, and then I think I'm done with this reading. Yeah, this imposter syndrome.
To the next person.
Yeah. This is a long reading. That's fine, though. That's okay. We got this. Okay, yeah, there's some imposter syndrome going on here with this. It's like, who am I to be doing this, to be resting, to be like allowing myself to do this? Just every time this comes up, I want you to tell yourself, this is not me, this is my mom. Or like, not my mom, but like, you know, like that person that we talked about. Like, this is this person's influence. It's not my own influence. This is not how I'm actually feeling. This is just how the pattern that was put onto me. And I don't have to be that way. I don't have to repeat that. I don't have to be like this person told me I should be. I want to be like I want to be, which is why I'm okay. Why it's okay that I'm doing this, because I don't have to follow this person's commands or this person's behaviors around anymore. I can make my own decisions. Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Yeah. All right.
Yes, I'll hop off the stage. Thank you so much for reading.
You're welcome. Yeah. I hope that was helpful for you, Sophie. It was such an interesting reading. Such an interesting and long reading. I really liked that. I really liked that reading. Wait. Hi, Peppermint.
Hi, I'm on my phone again.
That's
uh,
okay. How are you doing? You
how
sound
you
a bit
been?
exhausted.
Good. Not really. I just made my brother food.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Do you have an exhausting work day or something?
No, it's just I didn't work today because I don't work Tuesdays anymore. Been
Okay.
chilling.
All right.
Um,
What do you want to know? What can I help you with?
well, I've been having issues, but like um lately I've been encouraged to start looking for a boyfriend or a girlfriend, and I don't know where to go from there.
Okay.
So like, he was hoping to get a reading on like what my love life is in the future potentially.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. Okay, they just fell out. I'm just gonna, I know they just fell out. Okay, but I'm gonna keep that in mind. Okay, I'm gonna go, what is your love life right now? And then I'm gonna see further ahead. What is your love life right now? Yeah, because when you popped in the call, I did feel exhaustion in your energy. I don't... Get them off. What is Peppermint's love life like right now? Butterfly. you got the moth and the butterfly. That is very interesting, and those are both about transformation. The moth, however, is also about mystery and concealment and illusions. The bee. So you got free flying creatures here. This deck is not just animals. This deck is mostly plants and herbs and roots and whatever. So that these three pop out, that is something that's relevant here. So maybe you could be going outside a lot. Maybe you could be working in nature. Like you could be you could be gardening or something like that. Or you're just seeing a lot of. There's a butterfly here too. So like flying, something about flying. If things are flying, it's always usually about freedom and letting go of something, like freedom. Finally finding your freedom. What a nice way to start this reading. Okay. I'll get one more. Or maybe I'm gonna get a second row. Okay. you got the owl in the trunk, so it's another thing that's flying. But it's in a trunk this time. It's not flying. It's engulfed in the tree trunk. One more. What an interesting way to start a reading. Okay, so you're clearly wanting freedom in your love life. Maybe you've been stagnant with it for a long time with this moth. And you've been kind of holding yourself back, or you just haven't been focused on it, or you didn't want to focus on it, but now you're coming into freedom, now you're finding yourself. And this would feel very like this would feel like a huge relief. Like maybe there was a huge moment for you, where like, you know what, I'm gonna start dating, and like you had like a huge feeling of relief. But now that you have made this decision, you're here and you're thinking, okay, there is something here that is making it harder to decide. Like there's some indecision here. There is some problem with boundaries. Like potential boundaries in the future. I feel so setting boundaries for other people maybe in the future. Reliability. This could also be things that you're looking for in a person. With this card, stability, loyalty, reliability. Maybe these are words that really mean a lot to you, or what's the word?
They do.
Like specifically loyalty stood out to me. Maybe in the past that was something that was not always given. Or maybe you did tend to people please a lot in the past with these other people. And you let people walk all over your boundaries. But now that you're starting to date again, it's kind of like you want to set the right boundaries. But because you want to set the right boundaries and you haven't done that before, you don't know what the right direction is. So you don't know what to look for, which is why you ask. Invigoration power. Okay, these two for later. Let's get this stick. So, what about these two cards? Why is Peppermint... What's going on, Peppermint set, with these two cards? You could have a problem speaking up for yourself. My throat is really closing up during this reading. Like, I feel like I have a frog in my throat. So maybe you have a problem when you meet new people or when you are dating to actually speak up, or maybe to be authentic as well. But you got the World here, so you have ended the cycle. You already have closed out a cycle by making this decision. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. So it's mostly really positive. You have made it, like, you are going through... There's a moth on this as well. There's a moth on this as well. You have made this decision, and you are in this transformation right now, and so you've already broken out of the cycle just by making this decision, which is huge. And you're deciding to open up your heart, but now you don't want to get hurt, and you don't know how to do that. We'll figure out how to do that. So if you, in the past, you tend to people please a lot, and you let people walk all over your boundaries, that is really not good for your self-worth. That is really not good for your own well-being. You could also tend to maybe sometimes to like make reckless decisions when it comes to love, or like you could fall in love very easily. You could open yourself up quite easily, and then like open yourself up to a lot of risk and a lot of things going wrong, and then taking that as, oh, when something goes wrong, oh, it was always supposed to go wrong, it's always going wrong, all that catastrophizing energy. But it's nice that you're allowing yourself to go out there, like, and putting yourself out there emotionally. This could also be codependence. Maybe in the past year there was also an issue of codependence, or you could like feel like when you get into a relationship, you're always on top of like this other person. Like you're always not in that sense, but like, you know, when you have a person or like you meet somebody and you like with each other 24/7, you're in each other's space and in each other's energy. I feel that a little bit as well. So the main thing we want to keep here is your individuality. And we don't want to take things too far. We want to take things slow. I feel like you know this. I feel like you know you want to take things slower this time. And you don't want to rush into anything. You want to make sure that this is stable and that this actually makes, like actually feels good. So there's some actionable steps that you can take. Yeah, I feel like do this step by step. Like this is a very much, oh, we're walking from rose to rose, we're walking from plant to plant, and we're looking at it like slowly. But I mean, you haven't, this would be easier to tackle if you've already been in muffle down on the floor again. if you would already be like with somebody. But you wanted to know, can you remind me again? You wanted to know what to look for in a person? Or was there anything like what did you initially ask? Oh, let me pull you back up. Yes, okay. What to look for in a person. Okay. Yeah. What to look for in a person. Like where to go. I mean, I can tell you where to go. You kind of gotta figure that out for yourself. I don't think that makes sense to ask me in that particular like manner, because I feel like that's a thing that you gotta figure out for yourself, what you like and what you can like what you can tolerate. No, just scratch that. But you know what I mean, like what is your type, so on, or like what kind of, how do you want to be treated by a person, how do you want to feel when you're around a person. And that's the only thing that you can do is try with this, is go on dates. And let me read this card, actually. Yeah, we've had it the second time now, and I'm curious. It's about empowerment. There we go. The potion card tells you that a small infusion of intention, even just a drop, can invigorate you and get you back on track if you're feeling out of control. Any act done with intention can stimulate forward momentum. Choosing to empower yourself with a small gesture of concentrated magic can refresh you enough to galvanize your motivation. This may be as simple as casting a basic spell or meditating in nature. In this sense, I know you're not a witch, potentially, or maybe you are, I don't know. But in this sense, this is about small actions. Like the small things to get you back to yourself when you are dating. The small things that you know in your head, this is how I feel like me, this is how I get back to myself. It's important that when you're doing this, that when you're going out and you're meeting these new people, that you always have a way of getting back to yourself, and that you prioritize that you don't lose yourself. We don't want to self-abandon, we don't want to follow these patterns, especially if you want to do that, but you also want to open yourself up. It's really important that you prioritize yourself first. You can't prioritize yourself if you, for example, get with a person that doesn't, or that has, that behaves like a jerk, and it pushes things on you that you don't like, for example. So it's about figuring out what energizes you and what gives you this form of empowerment, and to always give that back to yourself, no matter the outcome of the date. Yeah.
Reminds me of motivation.
Motivation? In what sense?
Yeah. I mean, you work hard to be like a good other person to the person you're dating. So you want to motivate yourself to push, but also remind yourself that you have to take care of yourself when you're in that relationship.
Yeah. It's about not abandoning yourself for this other person, because yes, you like, not love if you're dating, but you like this person and you want to make sure that this person is okay, but you also have to make sure that you like this person and that how they're making you feel. Be very aware of the fact how you feel in their presence and in situations, and how they handle situations. And also a really good thing that I've learned in general is gut feeling. For women, this is really, really, really important to look at your gut when you meet a new person. Because even maybe in the beginning, oh, everything is perfect, right? But then let's say you meet somebody and you get to know each other for a month, and then you have your first fight or something like that. How do you feel in that situation? What is your gut feeling towards the situation? Does something not feel right? Does something feel off? If something feels off during a fight about this person and about how you are being treated, do not ignore that feeling. Do not try to rationalize that feeling. Maybe try to explore it. Because our
Yeah.
guts usually know something that even our minds sometimes we can't grasp when we're being like manipulated. That doesn't even mean that the person has to be like intentional about it or have like bad intentions, but sometimes people just do it subconsciously, and our gut
Yeah.
knows this. We know by how we're feeling. We know if we're feeling worthless. We know if we're being treated unfairly. Our gut always knows, even before our mind tries to rationalize it. So listen to that feeling, because that's really, really important when dating, I think. Yeah, and also, if you're not sure about something, there's also Be on Discord. If you're not sure about something, you can ask a friend. You can explain the situation as rational as possible as you can to a friend how it happened, and then a friend can shed you light on the stuff as well. So not if you're unsure about something, you can always rely on your support system, like whatever that is for you. You can rely on some kind of support system. You can go and be like, hey, this is what happened to me. This is what they say happened, and this is what I think that happened, and I want you to tell me what you think that happened, right? Because sometimes we can feel so crazy, and we can feel so. I feel like, I'm getting into this. I feel like everything I say is for a reason. So when I'm getting into this topic, maybe there was another relationship that you had, maybe where you didn't feel quite right about, like, stuff in the head, or maybe you had to get validation from other people or find your own truth. Finding your own truth was really hard in other situations that you had. So yeah, trust the gut feeling, and trust the gut feeling. Yeah. Okay, I think that is that. The only thing that I still have left here, which I find interesting, is the moth, the butterfly, and the bee, which is a very funny coincidence. I know that we didn't completely tackle your question when it comes to what am I looking for, but again, I think this is something that you have to figure out yourself. I don't know if I can answer this question for you, but I can actually, you know what, maybe I can ask a tarot if what they think the ideal man is for you, what they think you need, so you can look out for these qualities in a man or a woman, whatever it is. Okay, so what qualities should Peppermint look out for? What qualities would be a good fit for Peppermint? Somebody that does want a relationship, not somebody that just is like, in first situationship, or I don't want anything serious. Somebody that is emotionally open. Somebody that has no problem opening up emotionally. Somebody that's not closed off emotionally. What else? What qualities should Peppermint look out for? Okay. This is the longest shuffle ever. Or maybe that's it. Maybe that's the two things you should focus on for now. Oh, never mind. Okay, there it is. Okay. Somebody that has their own life together, and somebody that is not isolated. I feel like that is specific. So that might be a person that you will meet that you will have to watch out for. So somebody that is not isolated from society, or maybe has a backstory of like always like being left out from friend groups, or like always like having bad relationship with their friends, like always something bad happening with their friends. Like I watch out for that. Yeah. Go for somebody that has their life together, that has a support system. Not somebody that is struggling with mental health issues or something. I don't know. I mean, that sounds like very, very obvious, but maybe there's somebody that you'll meet that is like calls their exes crazy, or like calls their ex-best friend crazy, or whatever, or something like that. I don't know. Okay. I'm probably gonna get the B. I'm wondering if I'm not getting the B. I didn't get the B. I got the butterfly though. The butterfly book. 52, 25th of next month. That could also have been yesterday. Maybe yesterday was significant for you. The 11th of next month could be significant as well. Yeah, you're in alignment. It's fine, but look for a commitment. Commitment seems to be a really important thing here. Maybe there's also people like, if you're on dating apps, there could be a lot of people that don't look for a committed relationship. So watch out for that. Yep. Be free. Be free, little butterfly. Alright, Peppermint. Ah. That was my reading. Lamp. I love this. I love moths so much. I'm so obsessed with moths. Moths are so great. I always see this one girl on my TikTok that dresses up as a moth. Alright, Assassin, did she want a reading? I can only give you a small one because I am a little exhausted. Okay. Alright, Sophie, I hope that you sleep tight. I think we're ending it here then. You're welcome! You have a good night as well.
Yeah, thank you for reading my my potential love life.
I hope it was helpful.
Yeah, no,
Wait,
just
watch
I've
out
been
for
getting
those.
more people just saying to
What?
like I should push to find a man or a woman in my case.
Yeah.
Or find someone out there.
I mean, yeah. I hope that you do, and I hope that you know that it all works out for you. I'm pressing my thumbs for you.
Thanks. I'm gonna head off too, so y'all have a good
Yes.
night.
All right. Well, thank you for coming. Ace, wait, Ace, this is the only one that hasn't gotten a reading. Ace, did you want a reading? Almost forgot you there, buddy. I'm so sorry. Why knit? Knit? Why not? Okay. Then come up here.
I honestly, I'm relatively new to readings. I've only gotten a few in the past. So I don't. I don't.
I can give you no worries. I can give you a bunch of options if you want. So usually,
Alright.
I can go get you a general reading. So a general reading is like basically, I tap into your energy, your overall energy, like what is going on, and then we go into like deeper, we go into like we usually end up drifting somewhere, you know. Or you can give me a topic, like a lot of people do. They give me a certain topic, like I want to know about my love life, I want to know about my career, or I want to know about my financial, or whatever. You can give me a topic, or I can just do a general reading and we'll see where we land.
I think a general read. I don't have any specific questions right now. I think. But yeah.
Sounds good. We can do that. Okay. Do I just call you Ace? Because it's really funny, actually, because I actually thought that you were a different Ace, because I know another Ace, and they're my friends, so I thought that you were just my friend who always joins. But it's interesting, because I was a little bit taken back. So, oh, this is I was like, oh, okay, this is another person. I was like, hey, yay. Okay. All right, let's see what's in your energy. What's going on with you, Ace? So I can just call you Ace, right?
Yeah, that works.
Okay. Ace. Oh, it's a lot of cards. Okay, there we go. That's nice. Sunflowers. That's really cool. What else do we got? So there's nothing immediately that jumps out to me that's like, oh, there's a problem or anything. I feel like you're like doing pretty well for yourself right now. Could be having a nice couple of days maybe where you are. It's hot or it's just warm outside. I know that's like a very generalized saying, but I feel like maybe it's just warm outside. Wow, these are really, really good cards.
I mean,
No,
yeah, it has been getting warmer.
Wow,
Okay.
I'm taking no, you're good. I'm taking it back. This is really positive. This is really I so you got the Queen of Wands, you got the Empress. You got the got the Nine of Cups. So you are sitting in your power whatever you're doing. You're sitting in your confidence. Could be working on some creative projects, could be in like some kind of transition period, but like nothing negative that's jumping out to me. You're definitely in your feminine energy. The Empress, like we all have a. This doesn't mean that you're feminine, but we all have a masculine and a feminine energy. That we like carry. Everyone like has like a little yin and yang, and you are very much in your feminine energy here with the Empress, which is very positive. And
yeah, I think I've gotten the Empress in one or a couple other readings I've had in the past.
yeah, that's a really cool thing. For a lot of men, it's actually they quite struggle with like feminine energy. It's a very positive thing. Okay, I do see some cards popping out there that are a little bit worrisome. Okay, there we are. Okay, let me see. Okay, there's some anxiety around something here where you're just curious. You could be curious about something where you're just a little bit unsure. I don't feel like this is crippling anxiety, but maybe you've just been wondering about something recently, or you've not been sure about something.
Yeah, I have been having some anxiety at work, but that's mostly like just general like social stuff. There, it's not a huge like problem, and it has been getting better. So because I've been sleeping more, so that helps.
Yeah, it's also kind of funny how he is in his bed here. So it's maybe just before this has been keeping you up and now you can sleep, which it makes sense. So, yeah. I mean, this is a very positive reading. I don't feel any immediate threats or problems in your energy whatsoever. I feel you're like to a pretty good. Yeah, I don't know. Like overall, your energy is the Magician. You were in your power, sir. This is very. I'm very impressed by this. That's all I can say. So,
Yeah,
normally
I mean,
we would be drifting off somewhere, you know. I would be like, oh, there's a problem I can tap into, or like there's something I can talk about, I can take apart like a pattern, but I don't see anything that is a negative here, good sir. So
yeah, I mean there is that like anxiety and you mentioned did you mention curiosity as well?
mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a very I would describe myself as, and people who know me would agree that I'm a very curious person, often to a fault sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Where I'll be curious to know things, and this is gonna sound like some esoteric, like.
I'm not the person that
again,
you
I
have
guess
to be worried with that. Yeah.
no, I realized that as I said it. But like sometimes I get a I am like my feel I like knowing things, and I feel more confident and comfortable when I know the more I know about any given thing. So like uh which I've learned to kind of I've learned to put a little bit of a stop to that in the way that I try not to push people to tell me things all the time that they might not be comfortable with.
Okay,
Which
we'll get into that. You know what? You don't even need to say more. That's enough for me. Okay. All right. I'm gonna get the other deck for this. Okay. Let's see. That is interesting to me as well, because I would also describe myself as quite curious and quite... It's also... This card is also... He's a person who's very witty, very chatty. He likes to talk to people a lot, just find out things, just for the fun of it. That he's a person that enjoys that. So... Let's see. Let's just see what this witty thing is about. What is this? What's the root? What is the root of this? Okay, we had the Page of Wands earlier, but it wasn't in reverse. There we go. Okay. Okay. You could feel very connected to animals in general. Like, overall. Let me see.
yeah, I would definitely call myself an animal person, cat person to be specific.
Okay, I see what is going on here. So this is interesting. Okay, so I think that maybe there was a past relationship, or there was a situation. This doesn't have to be a relationship, but there was a situation with a close person that you had in the past, where this curiosity or this video, this chatty thing that you have of like wanting to know everything, kind of having the little need to know everything, because it gives you, maybe it also gives you a little bit of a feeling of control, but like you just like to know what's going on. It's not a malicious intent. There's, you just like to know kind of what is happening. And sometimes when you have this, when you just like ask people a lot about stuff, you may tend to just be like a little bit direct and like just a little bit like not aggressive in a bad sense, but you just be like pushy. You can come across as pushy. Maybe you can come across as a little hot-headed, but in a way of like, just tell me about it, you know, just why don't you just tell me? Like, I can't, it's just like very like fiery. You could come across as a bit fiery. I don't know how to describe it better, but not in a bad way.
Yeah, that I would say that could definitely fit.
There is a so Page of Wands in reverse. People might find that part about you a little bit arrogant. You could be coming across as arrogant to other people, and maybe other people have told you this, that they find when you talk like that, like you know everything, that they feel a little bit threatened by it. Like, they wouldn't have said it like that, but they feel threatened by that. And people feel like it's a little bit domineering sometimes. Like, you could be more passive, or you could be nicer. And maybe there was a situation in the past where there was a person who said this to you, or there was a person who, like, get interaction, like that.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's okay. If you wanna say something, you go ahead.
No, I agree. There's definitely been like with friends in the past of me being seen as pushy and like uh
Yeah,
a bit,
no.
yeah.
Yeah. Even though I've just read into this and okay. So with this okay. With this situation here that happened to past or the situations, maybe this is why you're thinking of this so much. But maybe this is why you're even trying to change this. Funnily enough, I'm not sure. I wanna okay. You know what? Let me get some clarification for this, and then I just want. What oracle do I? What? Okay, let's take this one. I don't know. Don't like my options. So, clarification for these 3 cards, please. I feel off today. Cauldron, creations, opportunity. Okay, yeah, okay. So I'm gonna say, I also do not think that this is a problem. I don't think that this is something like that is deeply rooted within you as something negative, like a negative pattern. I think, actually, that this is more of a, like, problem that when it comes to authenticity. I think this just curious nature that you have, that is just you. I think that this curious nature that you have and that this witty, chatty behavior, and sometimes that you can like be a little much for people, I think that is just you.
Yeah.
And I think you shouldn't stop expressing that. I'm gonna be honest, because if there would be anything negative here, I would have seen it. If this would have led to like any negative pattern, it would have been here, but it's not here. This is literally just your mind taking you, like, this is your, every time you like this happens, like this anxiety is being caused by like your mind taking you back to like the situations, like how it's been before. So, oh, if I'm like this again, like I'm gonna be judged again. Like it's kind of a fear of judgment. It's kind of a fear of not being accepted in a way. But you would like deep down, you would know about yourself that you are this person who is like this, and that it's not a terrible thing, and that it's kind of just, in this case, actually, it's kind of just other people's insecurities, being the issue here, or in the past maybe the people not being able to deal with that. Yeah, you are a bit much sometimes, but I don't think you have bad intentions, and I also don't think that you are impacting people in a really bad way here. I don't see
I
people.
really try my best not to. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see people here being impacted in a bad way, and I don't feel like you behaving like this, just from what I'm seeing in the cards, I don't feel like you behaving like this is a problem. It shouldn't be a problem. I think this is just you, and this is just kind of like this should be a thing that people can deal with, can accept. You know, like this is a personality trait, I think. Yeah.
I have gotten I haven't when I said I do it less, it's not that I am less curious or act on curiosity less. It's I'm rather how I'm trying to have it is I'm trying to be more considerate about it.
Yeah.
In a way where it's like because sometimes people have things that they just don't want to share or that they don't feel comfortable sharing, and I need to, and what I've kind of been trying to do is to not push on those places, because that's not like that's sometimes, like I said, sometimes people just are just not comfortable sharing, and I have to, in some way, I have to learn to be okay with that, and I am better at that than I was, definitely.
It's so interesting that you say this. Like, the card, the cauldron, let me read this to you. Self-transformation, one of the central goals of witchcraft, can be intimidating. The cauldron card reassures you that brewing change is a chance to create new opportunities for yourself as well as those around you. This can be as simple as adopting a fresh outlook. This cauldron encourages you to think creatively and try combining things that may not seem to work together at first glance to solve a problem. The cauldron is also a symbol of nourishing yourself and others. Caring for those around you is an enriching pursuit for all involved. Yeah. And then the reflection is, are you avoiding brainstorming different solutions when faced with a problem? I don't think you are. I think you're already doing what you can do. I don't think I can if you want a reassurance, I can pull some more cards to look like how this is affecting people around you. But I generally don't think that it's doing a lot. Like, it would be mildly affecting people, like a little bothersome. I don't know if it's,
I mean, any behavior from anyone is going to affect other people, obviously. Like, that's
yeah.
simply
Like,
because of how human interaction works, but yeah.
Yeah, it's like exactly what I said. It's exactly what I just said. It's like slightly bothersome. It's that. I mean, let me make sure. Let me just. Yeah, it's slightly bothersome. I don't get I don't get many readings where I don't get anything. Okay, no, it's really not that bad. Like, it's not. It's fine. I don't know.
Yeah, if this had been a couple of years ago, it would have been. I think it would have been a very different story. But yeah.
Yeah. But I gotta. Okay, I mean, like, I don't say this a lot, but this has genuinely been a very just good reading, a very self-actualized and healed, very self-aware person.
Self-aware, yes. Sometimes to a fault, I think, personally.
Yeah.
But
I mean, from an outside perspective, of course. The way I just met you, the way your energy feels.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But no, it's like I'm looking. Obviously, I myself can see all of the problems I have in a way that that an outsider couldn't. So for me, I hear all this and it feels very nice to hear. But I'm also like naturally aware of the things that are harder to see. But this had like in a I don't know if it's weird at all, but like I've this has kind of let me think, like, just really think about, okay, where have I been compared to where I am now, and thinking of it that way. Yeah, it is orders of magnitude better than than it has been, which is not something I think about often. Like, I don't think about the not that I don't think about the positive, but like it's very easy to get caught up in your problems. That it's become difficult to look back and see the
positives.
The positives and the journey you've been on. Like, okay, where have I been? Compare that to where you are.
Yeah, it can be a wild ride sometimes, and then looking back and then seeing, like, wow, like, I was once this person and now I'm this person. Holy crap, I did a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
that's really cool.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, you can be proud. Like,
I am. Yeah,
I've never met you before, and I can say this with like full certainty. I've been reading Tarot Tuesdays like for 1.5 years now. Actually, a bit longer than that. It's almost a year. So I maybe I had readings like this once, maybe once or twice. So that says a lot.